Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Shots fired. A man is dead after a deputy in Cumberland County shot him overnight. What led up to that deadly encounter?
And for the fourth straight day, it's a WRAL weather alert day thanks to another heat advisory being issued. We'll show you when the intensity of the heat goes down a little bit.
Jobs lost. After the flooding at Chapel Hill, some are struggling to bounce back. We'll show you what help is now available today. A lot to tell you about here on this Monday morning as we get your work week started. Yes, fourth day in a row for a weather alert day. It's going to be another hot and humid one. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Good to have you along here as we get our Monday started. I did hear something about maybe a cool down off in the distance.
A little relief, I know.
I'm
waiting on that.
Chris Michaels in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now with those highs and heat index.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that cool down. Got a bunch of stuff around the house I need to get done, but not on a day like today. I'm kind of a wimp with the humidity. You see the heat index there, anywhere from about 104 to 109 from Wake County and Rocky Mount southward. As you head farther to the north, the heat maybe not quite as intense. That's going to be a trend we follow into the middle of the week. The pattern soon to break. It takes a cold front coming in out of the north for that to happen. That front not producing any rain in the immediate area. A lot of it is to the northwest. But in terms of storm chances today, they're scattered during the afternoon and evening. The flood risk is low. We've been taken out of the level 1 risk for severe damaging winds. I still could see a couple stronger storms, though, just because of how humid it is. So as we go into the afternoon, storms pretty isolated between 1 and 3 p.m. A slightly better chance as we go beyond 4 o'clock this afternoon. Then I'll show you when we see a little bit of a dip in humidity levels and that little bit of a cool down that's coming up in a few minutes.
Looking forward to that. Chris, thank you. Breaking news. Cumberland County deputies are on leave this morning after officials say one of them shot and killed an armed man overnight. WRAL's Ali Calabar has been on the scene for hours as investigators try to piece together what happened. And Ali, we know this was near the scene of a brush fire.
Yes, Renee, and we actually saw a fire truck, a Pierce's Mill fire truck, just down the road here. It just left about 30 minutes ago. But there are hundreds of police tape right here, and that's where officers are now investigating where this shooting happened. But we want to give you guys a closer look. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. You can see deputies and SBI agents. They're shining flashlights on a motorcycle. There's more than a dozen evidence markers on the street. We also saw agents looking at a Pierce's Mill fire truck. Now, the incident started with a brush fire up the road. Last night, the Pierce's Mill Fire Department saw a man with a gun on the scene, so they asked for help from the Sheriff's Department. Deputies found the man nearby. The man had a gun, according to the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office. Deputies asked the man to put the gun down, and when he didn't, deputies shot at the man. This man died at the scene, and we've seen agents and deputies here investigating for the past few hours. We know that SBI is conducting an investigation in the shooting. Some deputies are on leave. We're working to find out how many, as well as the identity of the man who died here. Reporting in Cumberland County, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
Today, people in Chapel Hill who are out of work after Chantal's flooding are getting help from the community. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at Eastgate Crossing Shopping Center there. And Kelsey, a lot of those businesses are closed still after that storm. And today there's an effort to support the people who work at those shops.
Yes, Jeff, there is this morning. People who have been impacted by Chantal will be able to have some help for their next steps as far as employment. Many of the folks who work here at Eastgate Crossing are without a job this morning. So you can see here that there's still several dumpsters and cleanup equipment in the parking lot. There's not a timeline yet on when these businesses can reopen. Check out this video from Drone 5. We've been monitoring the cleanup process here at Eastgate since Chantal destroyed the shopping center. Today's resource fair is designed to help people get connected to jobs or unemployment benefits.
It could be convening more events. It could be doing more of what we're already doing with technical support and one-on-one assistance and just helping people navigate the resources available to them.
The first session for the resource fair starts this morning at 9:30 at the Chapel Hill Public Library. Then there's a second session that's scheduled to start at 3. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Chapel Hill.
5 weeks from today, August 25th, students in Wake, Durham, Johnston, and other counties will be back in class. But for some families, though, the first day is today. Year-round students in Durham will be heading off to school this morning. WRAL's Laura Levine is live from Hope Valley Elementary School. Laura, it's a fresh start to a new school year in Durham.
A fresh start. Good morning, Renee. Durham Public Schools will welcome students here at Hope Elementary School, as well as 8 other schools for year-round, now back in session. We know that after a short summer break, tens of thousands of these students will hit the books again here in Durham, and educators and staff members are excited. The new school year does come after the school district grappled with a bus driver shortage last year, which forced it to stop busing hundreds of students to at least 20 of its elementary schools. The district also had a hiring freeze for some positions up until June 30th. New concerns regarding federal funding possibly being withheld are also on the table now, and this could affect teacher training, leadership development, and other professional learning. Meanwhile, school leaders here say that they plan to tackle each issue head-on for the upcoming school year. Here at Hope Valley Elementary School, they do have a new principal, and that principal, along with other community members, plan to really give these students a warm welcome today. We're going to speak with the superintendent and that new principal about these issues and more later this morning. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Durham.
Back to school time can get expensive. Our WRAL Smart Shopper put together a list of supply deals starting at just 15 cents. Head to WRAL.com, search school supply deals for the full list.
New this morning, power is back on in a Halifax County town. Dominion Energy's outage map showed no outages at last check. The town of Enfield shared an update on its website late last night saying power had been restored to all but one circuit. A strong storm destroyed one of the town's main transformers Saturday. The town opened the middle school's gym to serve as an emergency shelter overnight. Market Plus, a family-owned grocery store there, donated free grilled meals to people in Enfield yesterday. State Board of Elections is meeting this morning where they're expected to discuss ongoing litigation in a closed session. The first part of the meeting will be open to the public, and the agenda lays out discussions on guidance for same-day registration and military and overseas voting. Board members will then enter the closed session to discuss litigation. Back in May, North Carolina was sued by the Department of Justice over claims it violated federal election rules, echoing similar claims made by Republican Jefferson Griffin, a former candidate for the state Supreme Court. That meeting is expected to start at 9 a.m.
A new court ruling clears the way for police across North Carolina to be much more aggressive in searches and arrests for marijuana. Because hemp is now legal, some police and prosecutors had feared they lose the probable cause needed to search people. Hemp smells and looks exactly like marijuana, so smelling it would not indicate to an officer that any crimes are being committed. It wasn't just defense lawyers saying that. WRAL State Government reporter Will Dorn explains.
Investigation was very clear. It wrote a memo that explicitly said police would lose probable cause to search based on smell.
The Court of Appeals has rejected the Fourth Amendment concerns. Judges ruled that police can keep searching people based on the smell alone. Our NC Capitol team has reaction to the new ruling and analysis of what it means for North Carolinians. Online at WRAL.com.
Part of Northwest Cary Parkway is expected to shut down today for construction of a new pedestrian bridge. The shutdown will impact the areas between Norwell Boulevard and North Harrison Avenue. The town of Cary says this is so crews can put up a 280-foot bridge over the Black Creek Greenway. The town says the closure is expected to last about a week. Detour signs will be posted to direct traffic.
It is 4:39, changing the game. More people are using AI during their job hunt. How experts say its use is affecting the hiring process.
Inside the car, as temperatures reach dangerous heights, officials warn about car safety, what they say you should do to avoid what you should be avoiding during this extreme heat.
It is a WRAL Weather Alert Day today as we take a live look at downtown Cary Park in Fenton. Meteorologist Chris Michaels explains when you can expect a brief cool down from the heat.
the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
4:43 this morning, we've got the tower lit in blue, nice clear sky overhead outside our studios here on Western Boulevard. But as we go throughout the day, we'll start to see those fair weather clouds starting to pop up, and that comes with the heat and humidity of the day. By midday, we're near 90 degrees heading into the afternoon. Highs reaching the mid 90s. Of course, the heat index is going to be higher than that. Hence today being a WRAL weather alert day because of the heat advisory. Now, in terms of storm chances, they'll be scattered during your typical afternoon and evening hours. And this flood risk map just got updated by NOAA's Weather Prediction Center within the last 10 to 15 minutes or so. It shows a low risk for some flooding, slightly higher chance as you were to head closer to the mountains. But finally, a little bit of a break in the intense heat and the storm chances as we head toward midweek. I'm going to show you what it takes to get there and when humidity levels drop as well, coming up in a few minutes.
Slow down on the roads. The governor's highway safety campaign, Speeding Catches Up With You, begins today. There will be increased law enforcement on North Carolina roads and highways in a crackdown on speeding. More than 11,500 people were killed in speed-related crashes in 2023. That's the most recent year stats are available.
With summer fun around every corner, it's important to stay safe when you drink. Too much alcohol can have serious consequences. According to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, on land, a third of traffic fatalities are linked to drunk driving. And on the water, more drownings happen in July than any other time of year. With all that in mind, be proactive. Have a designated driver on land and on the water. Don't drive on an empty stomach, and stay hydrated and protected from the sun.
Another heat advisory has been issued for today. It's a good time to remind people about the dangers of hot cars. On average, 37 children die each year in the U.S. from heat stroke after being left in a hot car. A child's body temperature rises 3 to 5 times faster than adults. And the same is true for pets, whose fur can also cause them to overheat quickly. Emergency responders in our state encourage everyone to take steps ahead of time to avoid a tragic mistake.
Kind of routine if you can when you have your child in the car, whatever that might be for you, to always remember to check the back seat.
Setting an alarm, leaving a stuffed animal in your passenger seat as a reminder, or getting a car that alerts you if something is left in the back seat. It can all help prevent hot car deaths. It's also important to make sure your car is not accessible to children so they can't climb inside an unlocked vehicle and get trapped in there.
Artificial intelligence is reshaping the job hunt and hiring process. Experts say people are using AI to sort, write, and help with job applications. However, they don't think it's as magical as people think it is. Tom Linder reports.
Whether you're a recent college graduate on the cusp of starting their career or a seasoned employee trying to switch up their roles, artificial intelligence programs can be a tempting option to help write and sort through an ocean of job application materials. But some academic experts are urging caution.
Trying to navigate these job boards, trying to navigate LinkedIn, to have a social presence too, is a lot to go through. And then you throw AI into the mix as a magical tool to sort of solve all this. It's not actually living up to that hype.
Mark Watkins of the University of Mississippi says some companies are using AI detectors to try and help determine the authenticity of a candidate's documents.
When people start using AI to generate everything from the resume and also their cover letters in some cases, some people are doing it to generate entire websites. It means that actual employers are going to be using AI detectors in some cases, which are not very reliable and also have hidden biases, to try to weed that out.
Instead, Watkins recommends using AI to help refine resumes and job searches.
Write your resume, first of all, write your cover letter before you turn to generative AI. After then, it can help you formatting this. It can also give you some ideas about where to send this. The newest features with generative AI technologies, it's really impacting search. So you can use your actual resume as the actual search prompt to go forward and search different job options.
And no matter how advanced technology like AI becomes, some experts say authentic human connection will have remarkable staying power.
Intense heat and storms have not stopped communities across our area as they clean up from Chantal. For some people in Durham, Chantal caused more unimaginable damage than Hurricane Fran, a Category 3 storm. That was nearly 30 years ago. The beloved Eno Valley Swim and Racket Club is trying to rebuild. This weekend, dozens of volunteers, club members, even swimmers have been lending a helping hand. To learn more on how you can help, find a link in this story on WRAL.com.
It is 4:48, and Chris, you were saying you're kind of a wimp from the heat. Yeah, I stayed indoors much of the weekend too because it was just brutal.
Yeah, you give a lot of credit to the people that have to be working outside.
Exactly,
So,
and take those precautions.
Definitely. Water, electrolytes, rest, the whole 9 yards. Fourth straight heat advisory today for the Triangle and for the Sandhills. Out the door this morning, there's hardly any relief from the heat as well. Cary's at 76, Goldsboro's at 82, Roxborough 73, Holly Springs at 75 degrees. And temperatures today forecast to rise into the low to mid 90s. That's what you see in the bright red. Your dark red is the heat index, which hits about 104, 105 in the Triangle and Sandhills. A few showers and storms may try to pop up as soon as noon, but your better chance is going to be late into the afternoon. Reason being is this front that's draped over the North Carolina-Virginia border. You see the bulk of storms causing some flooding issues in and around St. Louis this morning. Our flood risk is considered to be fairly low. The threat for any kind of wind damage, hail, or tornadoes, that threat is considered to be very low on a day like today. But nonetheless, let's get to Futurecast. And you notice this morning out the door is nice and dry for you. Clouds increase by midday, especially across the northern half of the area. And by 2 or 3 p.m., can't rule out a few pop-up storms. Slightly better chance, about 40 to 50% coverage will be after 4 p.m. and as we head into the evening. Overnight shower and storm chances are mostly going to be in some of our southern counties. Areas like Southern Pines, Lillington, and Fayetteville standing a better chance than maybe Lewisburg or Durham heading into the overnight hours. That'll also be the case heading into Tuesday as well. And then humidity levels will gradually start to drop. It's still going to feel sticky as we go throughout the day on Tuesday, but settling into Wednesday morning is when things will start to feel at least a little more tolerable. It's brief, however, as the heat comes roaring back heading into Friday and Saturday, at which point we may have yet again some heat advisory. So all the more reason to enjoy days like Tuesday and Wednesday. Highs will be in the mid to upper 80s. We're back in the middle to possibly even upper 90s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That'll get the spidey senses tingling right there. There's a new release date for the third Spider-Verse film, when it'll be in theaters, and new shows to look out for.
And a child giving back. After multiple open heart surgeries, a boy is bringing cheer to the place where his life was saved. What he is doing to help those in a similar situation. The third animated Spider-Verse film now has a new release date. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Can't stop me now. Sony isn't stopping the release of the next Spider-Verse movie, just delaying it a bit. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, the third film in the hit animated franchise, is now due in theaters June 25th, 2027. 3 weeks later than planned, and when more school kids are on summer break. That'll be just over 4 years since the previous movie, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
I'm being frightened. Give me one good reason why you think someone on this flight wants to kill you.
Sir, can you open the door, please? A London police officer and a murder suspect who claims he's innocent find their flight to Beijing filled with complications in Red Eye. All 6 episodes of the series drop Tuesday on Hulu.
We have to reclaim our #1 status. If we fail in this, I'm turning the resort into timeshares.
There's trouble at La Colinas in the new season of Acapulco. In the present day, Maximo is trying to restore the resort to its former glory, while in 1986, we see the staff trying to outdo a competitor. Eugenio Derbez and Enrique Arrazón star. The 4th and final season of Acapulco debuts Wednesday on Apple TV+. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The 2025 Kids Exchange Consignment Sale wrapped up at the State Fairgrounds this weekend. Over the last week, shoppers have been able to purchase clothing, toys, baby items, furniture, and much more, all at about 25% of normal retail price. If you missed this year's sale, you can join the Kids Exchange email list on their website to make sure you get notified as soon as next year's schedule is posted.
A boy who knows the struggle of a hospital visit is trying to bring cheer to the place that saved his life. This 8-year-old is Branson Whitaker. He has already endured 3 open heart surgeries at Duke Children's Hospital. Now he's giving back. Video given to us from Duke Health shows his collection of stuffed animals that he plans to donate. You also see him playing cards with the nurses who worked with him on his most recent surgery. His mom says the little gesture is a simple thank you.
I hope that they'll play with them and appreciate them.
We wanted to give back because we've seen how happy it made Branson to pick from the toy box, and we noticed there wasn't a whole lot in there, so we wanted to fill it up for them to have plenty to choose from.
The little boy from the Triad has a rare heart condition, and after his most recent surgery, he is doing well.
Glad to see that. There's a deputy shooting investigation. Officials say an armed man is dead after he was shot by a deputy in Cumberland County. We'll explain what we've been able to gather from the WRAL breaking news tracker about what led up to that shooting.
And back to class. Teachers and students prepare to kick off the school year early today. What you need to know ahead of the first day.
Imposter scam warning, a new trick scam callers are using to try to get you to answer the phone. 5 on Your Side explains how to block unwanted calls.